Hi, my name's JB Wagner and welcome to my channel. I come to you with over 50 years of photographic experience, and some of that I'd like to share with you right now. You don't need to subscribe, you don't need to like, because I'm just doing this for fun and not to try and make money. So this video is about the Panasonic Lumix G6 and whether or not it makes any sense to consider buying one of these nowadays. So I like to get to the conclusion first, and my conclusion is if you want to get into photography beyond your phone, you want to be able to do decent 1080p video, not 4K, but you want to do really good photography on a budget, then this camera is definitely worth looking at. So why would you consider the Lumix G6? The biggest reason is price. These are going on eBay for like $200. And at one time, this is probably a $600-700 camera. And it's still just as good a camera now as it was then. It has a 16 megapixel sensor that was standard for micro four thirds for years. This is a micro four thirds lens mount that's shared by Panasonic and Olympus, and there is a massive catalog of lenses available in this system. So you're not stuck in a system with limitations that way. There are many third-party lenses as well. We're going to look at a few lenses today, but so price is a big reason why you'd consider this. You're getting a very decent viewfinder with this camera, as well as a flip-out screen. You can compare my video with the GX1, which does not have a flip-out screen. I forgot to mention that. You're getting a lot more with this camera for the money than the GX1, but it's not as small. The build quality is probably not as high. It is very light, partly because it is a more like plastic composite build. But what lenses might you get with this camera if you were to buy it? By the way, I shoot RAW only, and this does a great job. The RAW images, and I use DxO Photo Lab for all my RAW processing, and this camera is fully supported in DxO Photo Lab, and I'm sure it is in the Adobe products like Lightroom as well. I'm not sure, but I would assume because it's been around a long time. So it may have come with a kit lens that would have been a kit zoom, probably 14 to 42, which in full frame equivalent would be 28 to 88. I have the 14 to 45, which was an earlier lens, but is generally more highly regarded. It has image stabilization, the lens does. The camera does not have sensor-based image stabilization. But this lens is available for around $100, $90 to $100 typically on eBay. And I've had excellent results with this lens. It punches way above its weight, so to speak. And so just this lens with this body gives you a lot of photographic possibilities without any other lenses. So what other lenses would you consider? Well, the next lens up, if you're into telephoto, there's a 45 to 150. And again, this lens is far better than you'd expect for the price, which now is typically $100 or less on eBay. That gives you a combo from 14 to 150, which is the same as 28 to 300 on full frame. And look at the size. And this camera feels really good in the hand, I'll say as well. I love the grip. I love the look of it, frankly. Okay, so let's say you're traveling and you want something really light and compact to try and make this thing almost pocketable. Well, then you're looking at the Lumix 20mm f1.7. Fantastic lens, highly regarded, really sharp, and very compact. Now that's a 40mm equivalent, so it's closer to a, quote, normal perspective lens than it is a wide-angle lens. So you have to take that into consideration. Now another lens that I'm super keen on right now is the Brightin Star 35mm 0.95 manual focus lens. This has just recently come to the market. You can read, I'll put some links below about the camera and the lens. And this lens getting glowing reviews. It's made mostly for APS-C size sensor, so the image circle is bigger than the Micro Four Thirds. So any criticisms about edge sharpness and stuff don't really apply. So this is equivalent of a 70 millimeter, which would be like a perfect portrait lens. It's got fantastic bokeh, and it's strictly manual focus. It has a Leica appearance and definitely like a Leica build quality feeling to it. You buy this direct from Brightin Star. I'll have a link, for just under $200. It is literally insane how good this is for the money. And it works great with the viewfinder. There's focus peaking and magnification of focus for manual focus with this viewfinder. Just these two together, $400, gives you something you can't really achieve with a phone camera, because the bokeh is so pronounced and lovely with this lens, you know, that it's just something, even with software, the way Apple tries to do it, it's not going to be as good. So that's a lens worth considering as well, and there are many others. But yeah, I think for $200, this is a remarkably good camera. The autofocus is not world class. The camera is fairly fast at shooting exposures and multiple exposures, but remember, you know, what you're paying for, and that this is several generations old now. It does have a microphone jack, not a headphone jack, and it will shoot good quality 1080p video. It doesn't do 4K. So if you're interested in this camera, I hope you found this useful. I still use the camera. I like it. I've taken on many trips and had remarkably good results. It's a 16 megapixel sensor, but that's not nearly as important as many other things. I get great images from it. Hope you like this video, and thanks for watching.